Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, as the legendary host of ASW South says, Lee Bamber, it is tag team time, and boy, is this gonna be a whopper. And speaking of whoppers, they don't come much bigger than the antagonist himself, the beast from the southeast, the foot soldier, Lucian Phillips, flanked by that man right there. I'll be fooled by that rather handsome mustache. That is one deadly individual. Low center of gravity and an extreme affliction to suplexes and catch wrestling. Benjamin Stone, arguably the standout from the ASW South Academy, especially as far as 2024 is concerned. And talk about a formidable pairing in our blossoming tag team division. Benjamin Stone, he's on a red-hot streak, and alongside Lucian Phillips.
It's tag team time with one fall to decide. Introducing to you team number one, the man who recently defeated the Lightning Kid, Oli Blake. He's on form, he is the antagonist himself, Lucian Phillips.
Ooh, yeah! Ooh, yeah!
And one of All-Star South's standout stars of 2024, the pitbull, Benjamin Stone. That's team number one. Let's meet the other side.
Let's be the other side indeed, but what a massive mountain to climb in terms of tag team formidity. Let's not forget as well, ladies and gentlemen, Lucian Phillips and Benjamin Stone already have quite a bit of experience as a tag team. This man has quite the experience as a single star. The Lightning Kid, Oli Blake, returns to ASW South. Bearing in mind, last time out in our untelevised event at Furzebrook, Lucian Phillips knocked Oli Blake clean out with a vicious left hook, a true sucker punch right to the jaw. No doubt Lucian Phillips would love to apply a knockout blow to Oli Blake once again. Oli Blake is going to have to be extremely, extremely careful. And it is worth pointing out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Oli Blake was scheduled to have a tag team partner for this matchup. But unfortunately, due to prior commitments, Oli Blake currently is without a tag team partner. We're going to find out if that's going to change in the forthcoming moments.
Introducing first to them, the star from NXT, and one of our favorites from All-Star Wrestling South, the Lightning Kid, Oli Blake. Now, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, James Mason, who was supposed to be Oli's tag partner, is unable to be with us here tonight. So we asked Oli Blake who he would choose from the great roster of new stars for All-Star Wrestling South, and he chose this gentleman to be his partner.
Well, this is going to be very interesting. Let's find out who Oli Blake has chosen for the ASW South Academy to tag with him this evening against Lucian Phillips and Benjamin Stone. Wait, it's individual. Oh, look out, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what. Well, this is an exciting prospect indeed in every sense. Not just for us, but a prospect indeed for professional wrestling, because Jimmy Swift.
For the future now in demand for other wrestling promotions as well. Will you put your hands together and welcome Jimmy Swift?
Far be it from me to interrupt the legendary Lee Bamber, but here is the highlight, Jimmy Swift. And if you have not been privy to Jimmy Swift yet in professional wrestling, boy, are you in for an exciting turn of events. And talk about an excellent fitting for the Lightning Kid, Oli Blake. A lot of people really enjoy the speed and athleticism that Oli Blake brings to the table, but I'll tell you what, Jimmy Swift is a different freak of nature in that regard. Don't be fooled by his small stature, may only be 5'2" and 140 pounds, but Jimmy Swift is extremely effective at what he does. Swift by name, swift by nature, but it looks like Oli Blake is going to start out here. And the one thing I will say is Oli Blake and Jimmy Swift yet to tag together. This is their first time ever tagging. Whereas Lucian Phillips and Benjamin Stone, as I mentioned, have previous tag team experience here at All-Star Wrestling South. At the collar and elbow time, Lucian Phillips using that power advantage to back Oli Blake into the corner. Well, as expected, Lucian Phillips, no respect for Oli Blake, especially after knocking him out in Furzebrook, and Oli Blake isn't going to stand there and tolerate that, and, well, somewhat of a cheap shot going low there does Lucian Phillips, and now, I think he was, well, that's the unorthodox nature of Lucian Phillips. He was queuing up for a knife-edge chop and then just struck him with a left hand, and Oli Blake was very, very careful, looking for the swinging net breaker, but Lucian Phillips, got to give him credit where it's due, took the momentum, rolled all the way through, and then grabbed the hair, which of course is against the rules. Roger Sears will be keeping a close eye on proceedings in this tag team matchup. Benjamin Stone gets his first taste of action here at Volume 4, looking for the Irish whip. It's reversed by Oli Blake, who looks to try and trip up Stone and catches him flush with a gorgeous drop kick, and now an arm drag sends Benjamin Stone over the top, and another, and this is what Oli Blake needs to do. He needs to quicken the pace. Needs to isolate a partner, which is, of course, textbook tag team wrestling. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A first opportunity to see Jimmy Swift in play at ASW South. Beautiful double axe handle coming off their second rope. Wrist lock applied. Now working his way. I think he was potentially looking for a tag there from Oli Blake. Of course, the inexperience might play a factor here. Benjamin Stone counters. Jimmy Swift, of course, by far and away, giving up the most weight and size. But wow, beautiful flying crossbody. And that is Jimmy Swift's AO taken to the skies. Well, Lucian Phillips, far from impressed that Benjamin Stone is getting the work over here from some great tag team synergy involving the Lightning Kid Oli Blake, who's just got the tag, and his partner this evening, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, the highlight, Jimmy Swift, the double axe handle again, and that left arm is getting a serious workover, and lovely technique there, taking Stone down to the mat. Oli Blake asking the audience, shall I break his arm? Not going to end well for Benjamin Stone, and man, Oli Blake just snapping that arm back down. Roger Sears with that count, 2 count only. Benjamin Stone in serious trouble. Textbook tag team wrestling, as I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen. Isolate your partner in your own corner, or isolate your opponent, should I say. That's exactly what Oli Blake has been able to do up until now. Again, Jimmy Swift in with the tag. Benjamin Stone has not been able to get out of the blocks here. A real surprise considering just how dangerous the catch wrestling of Benjamin Stone is. And Jimmy Swift getting the better of the man who believes the Stone Age is on. Oh, come on! Benjamin Stone just bit Jimmy Swift in the face. And Roger Sears admonishing him. And now Benjamin Stone taking full advantage, choking the life out of Jimmy Swift in the corner. My God, Benjamin Stone, that turn of aggression there, and well, like it or lump it, it certainly has helped make Benjamin Stone one of the standouts of ASW South. That mean streak is a mile long. And speaking of mean streaks, Lucian Phillips just clatters Jimmy Swift in the back with a vicious forearm. Man, look at the size differential now. Talk about David versus Goliath. This monster, this beast in Lucian Phillips has Jimmy Swift all tied up. Bad things are going to happen. Jimmy. Vicious forearm right across the chest. Damn near caves the young man's chest right in. This Lucian Phillips, and that's what he does best. And Roger Sears, I mean, he's admonishing Lucian Phillips, but what exactly can we expect Roger Sears, our head official, to do here? Tag made to Benjamin Stone, and man, Jimmy Swift now in no man's land with no experience. This is a very bad place to be, as Benjamin Stone is setting him, and he gets caught coming in with a kick. Oh, Lucian Phillips catches Jimmy Swift. Oh, wow, an enziguri out of absolutely nowhere by Jimmy Swift, who then goes flying in, head scissors, tilt-a-whirl, takes down Benjamin Stone. That's why, oh, come on. Another cheap shot, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you've got the power advantage, you've got the mean streak, and yet, still, Lucian Phillips and Benjamin Stone cutting corners at every opportunity. Once again, Jimmy Swift finds himself isolated. Oli Blake out of his corner trying to rally things. Oh boy, and he's, well, Oli understandably so red hot trying to protect Jimmy Swift, but ultimately he's doing the complete opposite by distracting the referee. And meanwhile, Benjamin Stone is taking liberties with Jimmy Swift in the corner. Oh, Lucian Phillips stalking the, oh, careful now. Oh, Roger Sears, very smart there. Roger Sears checking the corner to make sure that these two men couldn't take full advantage of poor Jimmy Swift, who's in the corner. Snapmare takeover and a headlock applied by Benjamin Stone, just wrenching the neck of Jimmy Swift. Whether you like Benjamin Stone or not, you cannot deny the wrestling acumen of this young man. What a standout he is for the ASW South Academy. The pitbull indeed, the indestructible pitbull to many. A real throwback, a real shooter in terms of professional wrestling. If you don't know what that means, it essentially means that he can tie you up like a pretzel and he can stretch you out like an Armstrong, and that's exactly what Benjamin Stone is hoping to do here. And it has to be said, him and Phillips are systematically dissecting Jimmy Swift here in the sold-out Studio Theatre in Salisbury. And oh man, with ease, Swift is up in the rafters and sent back down with a violent scoop slam. Lucian Phillips says counter. He believes this to be over, and Jimmy Swift showing an incredible amount of heart and desire, kicking out of that monstrous scoop slam from Lucian Phillips. Oli Blake has been on the outside for a number of minutes now and is absolutely itching to get into this contest. But meanwhile, Jimmy Swift still, oh man, and Jimmy Swift able to get his elbow up, back elbow as well to Lucian Phillips, and now Swift looking to escape. Oh wow, backflips off the top rope and gets the tag. Here comes the Lightning Kid, and now the thunder and lightning and rock and roll can begin, because here comes Oli Blake. Absolutely red hot, ready to go. Crossbodies in the corner. Headlock applied and a headlock bulldog with the drop kick. Beautiful combination from Oli Blake. Oh man, Oli Blake is absolutely steaming hot right now. And Jimmy Swift just about has got his equilibrium back after the battering he's taken. And Oli Blake says, this is your moment, young man. This is your opportunity. He's going to send Jimmy Swift for the big splash. Oh man, and Benjamin Stone got his knees up and a knockout blow. That's the knockout blow we spoke of. Oli Blake has just been knocked out cold by Lucian Phillips. A cheap shot, and now look out, suplex, power slam combination incoming. Jimmy Swift gets flattened by Lucian Phillips, and Benjamin Stone, the legal man, gets the cover, and that is a win for the Phillips and Stone combination.
Here are your winners of our tag match, Lucian Phillips.
Well, we spoke about the athleticism of Jimmy Swift, and there it was on display in the replay. But that left hand, a straight left, and that power slam, and that was all she wrote. As Lucian Phillips and Benjamin Stone get the better of that young man and his partner Oli Blake. A valiant effort.
One for the losers on this occasion, Oli Blake and Jimmy Swift.
Like I said, a valiant effort by Jimmy Swift and Oli Blake. These two proving to be quite the combination.
For the winners, Lucian Phillips and the pitbull himself, Benjamin Stone.
Dare I say, the tag team division heating up, and these two have to be considered at the top of the pile.